Just a second, I'm gonna, ooh, that's bad. I'm just setting up here. I have some good news, we'll talk about that soon. Okay, greetings, this is Ojambo. In today's tutorial, we're gonna review CodeLite version 18.1.0 as an advanced text editor. So before we begin, quick reminder that every day I do a live stream at 2 p.m. Eastern, and you basically visit ojambo.com, you go to the watch menu, live side menu, you can see the topics for this and upcoming topics. And the live stream is at, as you can see, it will have a little, each of those topics, articles will have a little snippet at the top. It will tell you the exact day and time. It's always Eastern time, 2 p.m. And you're free to ask questions in live chat about programming or lifestyle topics. And also, as you can see, there's a link right there to the live stream. And if you don't want to join the live chat, that's perfectly fine. You can watch the video. The video is also embedded in the article. So I have, I think I'll leave that news. Okay, I'll give, some of you guys might not watch this entire video, so I'll give the news out. So tonight, yes, tonight, I'm gonna do another live stream, and it's gonna be hopefully the end of the setting up fans for the GPU AMD MI60. I finally resolved it. It's actually a pretty easy fix. You guys are probably gonna laugh your head off when you find out. So I've been testing it. So I'm writing my own script, but you can also use a GUI. So I'm gonna be testing that during the day, and tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, I'll show you the results. So I finally resolved it. It's actually really simple. There was just a conflict, but none of the documentation said that, but we fixed it. So make sure you join today at 8:30 p.m. There's not going to be any more heating issues. Okay, so let's go back to CodeLite. Oh yeah, and also be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments. Thank you. I'd like to thank everybody who subscribed so far this month. Keep it up. It inspires me to make tutorials just like this one, just for you. So let's go on with the tutorial. CodeLite. CodeLite is a lightweight open source IDE. It was originally meant for C++ programming, but they added PHP and obviously modern text editors or IDEs. They do support usually more than one because most people would like something about IDE and they want to keep on using it even for completely different, like for example, scripting. Usually these days I don't know any IDE that doesn't have some type of scripting. So for example, PHP is a script and there are others. So I first came across CodeLite long time ago, and I actually first started using Linux when I was using Debian. I think Debian 4. Yes, Debian 3 or 4, one of those. And I was so surprised how lightweight it was, especially when I was trying to find an IDE for C programming. I was really impressed with it. I think I don't know what happened, but it looks like it's no longer in the main repos. Like I didn't find it in Fedora. I don't know if it's still in Debian. I don't think it is. But it's still open source and it's also cross-platform. So as you can see here, obviously C, C++, PHP, JavaScript, including Node.js, which is extremely awesome. So for developers who are on lightweight tool that works cross-platform, doesn't lock them into a proprietary ecosystem, CodeLite is an excellent choice. So in this post, we'll focus on what makes CodeLite a great option for beginners, how to install it with a focus on Fedora Linux, and how to get started very quickly. So the license, it's open source. It's released under the GNU public license at GPL version 2, which means you're free to use, modify, and share the software. You can find the source code and contribute on their GitHub page. So for example, if I click on this link here, it should take me to the GitHub page. You can see here, Iranov or Iranov c/CodeLite. You see it's a multi-purpose IDE. As you can see, it's a C++, Rust, Python, PHP written and Node.js. It's written in C++, and you can see the version I'm reviewing today came out this year, 2025, so 18.1.0. So as you can see here, if we scroll down, you see they have build instructions for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. And of course, you can also go to the download page where there are pre-built binaries. And so here they will ask you to make a donation if you can. And then you see the installer here. There's Windows 64, there's Ubuntu 22.04, there's Mac OS. You can install it using Brew, and they show you how to set up they have a specific repository for CodeLite for Debian type systems. That's why they put Ubuntu there, but the Ubuntu is based on Debian, so they'll work most of the time, unless they, sometimes you don't want to mix up some packages, but it does work. And obviously RPMs for Fedora, Red Hat type systems, and then you can also download the sources from GitHub yourself. And as you can see, there's the WXCraft standalone. I don't know what that is. And then there's Win64, Ubuntu, there's a Debian. So there are multiple ways you can get it installed. So the question for you guys might have is, how did I install mine? Well, I'll show you that in a second, in a few minutes. So I already explained the platform support, cross-platform Linux, for example, Fedora, Ubuntu, Arch, etc., Windows, Mac OS. So to install CodeLite on Linux, I'm on Fedora. You can do the DNF install CodeLite, and because I'm on Fedora 42, I'll probably be for about another month. You just import from the repos here, and then you just install it that way, say 18.1.0, and once installed you can launch it. So that's one way to do it. And as I said, you can also get it from the CodeLite GitHub page. You can install it and show you how to install it in Windows. I've already shown that in Mac OS. Okay, so if I go to help and I go to about, you see here it says it's 18.1.0. So I'm not sure how I installed mine. Let me check out if there's a Flatpak version. I usually prefer Flatpak because it's easy. I'm going to check if it's in Flatpak. I think that's how I might have installed it. Let's see, CodeLite. No, it's not. It's not in the software center, so meaning it's not on FlatHub. So most likely what I did was I did install it using the RPM. Using the repos.codelite.org/codelite.ace. Okay, so that's why. Otherwise, if when we help here, it would have shown up here. It would have said something like FlatHub. Obviously, it's not there. And you can see the license. It's GNU Public License version 2. All right. Now, let's take a quick look at this. So you see some screenshots. We'll go through all that. So I'm gonna, if you guys are reading the article, you can take a look at that. And here is the video. You can see we're live, and you can see the license. It's GNU Public. There we go. So you can tell it's live. So what I'm going to focus on, I'm going to do a review. So the requirements, as you can see, my system is Ryzen 5 5600, 32 gigs of DDR4. As I said before, Fedora Workstation 42, NOM 48 desktop. This is the test suite. I have a 1 gig human readable text file. I have a regex file. I have a syntax file, PHP, so it's multiple syntax as PHP, as HTML, as JavaScript, as CSS. So I want to see how well the syntax highlighting works, because I said these days you won't just be working in one language, you'll be using multiple languages. So I want to see how well the syntax highlighting is, and that works pretty well. And the media file, I'm just going to have a smiley face or a tux, the penguin file. So the reason I use this is simply when I do a drag and drop, because sometimes it'd be like, for example, you work in a web, you might have a fav icon or a banner, you want to drag it to that particular project. So, because I like to keep things close together, the same, so I want to be able to drag and drop. So that's why I have that media file. The media file is not, for my use case, I don't care if it opens up in the editor area, because if I want to edit a media file, I'll use a media editing program. I just want to be able to drag it into a folder. And the Java version, I'm using OpenJDK 21.0.8. This might have changed because I did an update yesterday. PHP version is 8.4.11. The Python version is 3.13.7. And CodeLite version, as we mentioned several times, is 18.1.0. So that for this testing, there are 3 parts to each, or 2 parts to each score. So if every feature that I need, so to get a score of 1, if all the features are there. If none of the features are there, it'll get a score of 0, and obviously if it's part of a feature, it'll get a 0.5. So so basically there's 20 features I look for, so that makes it easy to obviously just multiply by 5 to get 100%, then we do that, or divide by half. It will be 10, which is also 100% percentages. Okay, so to eliminate the bias steps, what I did was I made sure to use this editor. I've used it for a while, meaning that it's not just first time install, oh, this software sucks or this software is fantastic. No, I've used it in the past, and in the past I also tried to use it for a very long time. So this is another way to eliminate bias, meaning that, for example, as I said, I did use CodeLite way back when I started using Linux, and I was using it for C and C++. I tried it a few years later, maybe even 5 years ago, for PHP when I was looking for something more lightweight, but Guinea has taken over that part. But I'm still on the lookout, because it's always good to be prepared that I can replace a piece of software or an application. So I have used it before, as I said, and also in the past, a customer gave me his Mac. It was a MacBook, and I think it was a MacBook from 2006 when I first went to Intel, so I was able to test it out there. And for Windows, obviously, I could test it in a virtual machine. And I also had a laptop. Obviously, when you buy a laptop, so-called PC laptops, they usually have Windows on, so I can test things as well. So I'm not always behind. So I like to test it in physical hardware, because sometimes the virtual machines, there could be a bug, and I don't want to blame Windows or the software. So I want to test it on a real hardware for that. And obviously today you will see that I've also tested it using to mimic a daily driver. All right, so let's get started here. Very simple. So the first one is the theme. Can the theme be modified? Now, if you see, I'm using the dark theme. I do like that, especially on the 4K monitor. It looks so much better than just plain white. But I think some of this, when I do this views in the future, because of the smaller screen, I might have to go back to white. So to change the theme, clearly you can get dark themes and light themes. So you go to settings, you see colors and fonts, and then here we go. So for example, you can override those ones, or you can create your own. You see, it's using the system default. I said that I can change this, but I like it, so that's perfectly fine. And then obviously here you can see there's more available themes for each individual language. So it got a perfect 1.0. I spent too much time on that. It's pretty easy to do. Now, dragging and dropping a text file opens a new tab or browser. This is not possible to specify the tab location, unfortunately. I'll explain what that means in a second. So that's why I've got a 0.5. So I'll explain this. I'm going to open up the folder where the editors are. Where are they? I'm going to show you. No, the editors. I mean the edit review. Just to show you what I mean. So as you can see here, I'm going to make this a little smaller. Okay, that's good enough. So for example, I want to drag this book XML, so I dragged it here. That's perfectly fine. So let's say this syntax highlighting test.java. So I want to drag this, but I want to drag it to the first position, not the last one. I want to drag it to the first position. So when I grab it, and remember, I don't want to put it I don't want to append it append the tab. I want to put it in the first tab. You see, it doesn't let me do anything, so I can't drag it here. You see, it actually puts a minus there, so I can't drag it there. You see, it doesn't allow me to do that. I will try. You see, it doesn't allow me to do that. The only way to open this is I have to drag it and put it after. Or do I have to drag it inside? I think oh, that doesn't work. Okay, that's embarrassing. Why is this not working at all? I don't know why that's not working. That's even worse. Okay, so I clicked it. It says plus. Oh, yeah, it's saying right there plus. It's not working. So I don't know if it's because of I don't know why, but it did work before. So I don't know why it's not working. All right, so let's move on. Opening a very large file. So what happens is, surprisingly, I was able to edit the very large file. So I'm going to try that again. Wow, it's not working. So I'm going to open it up from here. Oh, okay, it's taking its sweet time. Okay, wait. It did open. Okay, the fan has kicked in. I don't know, is OBS using that many resources? I was able to edit it. I don't know. I think it likes embarrassing me. That's why. It will eventually open. I was about to fail this, but it actually opened. Okay, so I would click it again. I think he just I think he just wants to embarrass me. He wants to get a bad score. So it's making me modify the. It will open. Don't worry, it will open. Okay, I think how many times has that been? Okay, I'll do. Okay, I'll be stubborn. Okay, I'm gonna be stubborn and I'll just keep on doing that. So let me get this out of the way. So we'll keep on doing that. All right, so let's move on. Multiple documents can be opened in multiple tabs or buffers. Tear off tabs do not work. CodeLite has a feature to open in a window. All right, okay, I might have to change this score. Wow, okay. Okay, that okay. You know what? 5 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's it. So that's enough of those games. So I'm gonna click force quit, and then I'll open it up again. CodeLite. And this was the previous stuff. So you see, it does open stuff in tabs. I don't know why it's. Oh, I wonder if it's because I've made it smaller. I don't know, but it did open up. However, I'll just move on. So multiple tabs, we talked about that. Unfortunately, you can't tear them off and have for multiple monitors. So it got a 0.5 for that one. Multiple editors, of course, as you can see here. But you can't you're not able to drag them. So for example, you see this one, which is the regex file. I can't drag it to a different spot. You see that? I can't drag it here for. Oh, I can. This thing is embarrassing. You know what? This thing just wants to embarrass me. He just wants to embarrass me today. I don't know, maybe it's a Wayland thing or something. That is so weird. Okay. All right, so let's go on. Non-project files, of course. None of these are project files. I just so I was able to. I don't know if I dragged the folder here. Let me see. Let me close this. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna try the drag and drop down. Maybe it's gonna work this time. So I'm gonna have the syntax file. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna have the Java syntax file. Will that open as well? No, that will not open. It's so weird. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't seem to want to work. Okay, whatever. I can drag a folder here, and I guess that will treat it as a project, which is perfectly fine. So I'm gonna go do that just to show you that it does work. Come on. Okay. So I'll just go out of here, and this is called the editor review. So I can drag it. It says drag it here. So that works. Then it says select a view, C++, whatever. I don't really care. I'll just say Explorer. Okay. And you see the folder is here. That's fine. Okay, so we can get out of here. There's no need to show this anymore. I'll just grab it from here. All right. What is it? What next? Oh, Word soft wrap. So you can enable. Let me open up a file like this one. The book. This one is probably not the best. I think I'll open up the regex file. Is actually a pretty good one. So I think it's already on. You can already see soft wrap is on, because if you see on line number 9 here, you see it goes here, then 10 is here. So soft wrap is on. So you can enable it by going to the view menu here, and then word wrap. You see, if I disable it, you can see on line 9 it says snow, and the part of the W is cut off. But if I go back to view and enable it, you see the word snow, then go, and the period goes to the next line. That's why you see line 9 here, and then line 10 there's a gap in between. So soft wrap works, and so that one got a perfect 1.0. Spell check does not work as words are typed until the continuous is activated. So that was kind of annoying for the plugin. Spell check errors are shown in the open documents. As you can see here, you see this is obviously it's using the American spelling, because this is the correct Canadian spelling of color. And you see I did this as well just to show you that spell checking does happen. But if I start typing, so for example, if I say color, oh, it does work. This thing just wants, oh no, I said because I put continuous. So you need to make sure that continuous is enabled. For example, if I right click this, you see it says spell checker. You see it says check continuous. So by default, that is not on. You have to go and enable it for it to work. But this is what is default. You see it will be like this, and you see this one. You see I can go start typing, and you see it's not going to work. And then what I would have to do is I have to highlight the word, and then go spell check, and I check. Then it's going to check it manually. So that's kind of annoying. So what you need to do is anywhere, just right click, go to spell checker, then check continuous, and then continuous when you start typing. Again, I can say color, that's American one. You saw the thing was there already. So there you go. When I'm typing, it shows. I actually do like the way it works in continuous mode. It's probably one of the best spell checks for an IDE I've seen. I really like that. That's kudos. If I give bonus marks, that's the way it should be implemented. If any of you guys are what do you call it, maintainers, or you program text editors, that's the way you should implement the spell check. Very nice. All right, word count is not available. So for example, if you see down here, you see it says I'm on column 15. If you don't know what that means if we count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, meaning after the 15th character, that's where the cursor is. So for example, if I put it here, you see it goes to 12, and you see the line number, it says 7. And then it show spaces left, I can't remember, left form field, and UTF-8, but there's no word count. If you don't know what word count is, it means that, for example, in Guinea, I can just do this, then it will tell me that I have 3 words. That's what it means. Or you can obviously make a Marco or use another text editor to count the number of words. But this one doesn't have it. That's also important for me, because sometimes a customer will say, hey, can you just write some words to test this? And let's say it's 100 words or something like that. So that's very useful for me. So I don't have to go use another program and things like that. It's very useful for me. All right, so word counter got a 0. Obviously for spell check I said it got 1.0, perfect. Now to jump to line, you see right now we're on line 17, so it's Control G, and then I go to say line 3 or line 2. You see the cursor jump to line 2. I also like the way it jumps to the front. That's also a nice little touch. I kind of like that as well, because sometimes they jump anywhere. It could jump like here, and that's kind of annoying because I have to then click or use something to go to, you know, where I want. So going to the front is kudos, a great implementation. All right, so that's line jump. It got a perfect 1.0. You can jump to the first and last line. Indentation can default to the user-defined tab spots. I'll explain those in a second. And the children are automatically indented. I'll explain what that means as well. So let's go to a programming one. Let's try Java here. Oh, Python. We'll try the Python file. So what that means is that, for example, here, this method, this greet user. So you notice it's indented. That's what Python you have to do. So it's indented. So for example, after here, the two colons, if I press enter, you see it will automatically go to what it will remember the last one, which is fine. So for example, if I go to this one, which is a comment, if I press enter, you see it indented. Those are children, so it indented properly. And because Python, you as long as you indent, it can be spaces, it can be tabs. So this is a great way of this happening. And I'll explain it one more time. So for example, you see this is a class. So for example here, yeah, so that's correct. And then for the inner parts, it will indent there as well. It will remember the line before. And here's another one for the for loop. So you press that here, you see it will indent properly as well. So that's the indentation, and that got a perfect 1.0. Fonts can be dynamically scaled. I'm going to use the control key and the middle mouse button, or the scroll wheel, if you will. And you can see it's very easy to zoom in and zoom out. And the system font is clearly being bypassed. And a new editor font and size can be set. So that's also fantastic. Again, we go to the settings. We go colors and fonts, and we see we can make the global font. Say right now it's monospace 14. I can change this to a different font if I want. You see I can pick maybe bold, italics, or even completely different font. And I can also change the size. So here's where I put the size. So clearly that gets a perfect 1.0. What else is here? Find and replace. Yes. If you want to call yourself a Linux editor and you don't find and replace at the bare minimum, yeah, that's going to be right. So where do we find and replace? Usually it's in the edit. Yeah, in the edit here, and you see you have oh, it's not. Oh, mine. Huh, that's weird. It's not in the. I would expect it to be here in the edit menu, but where did they put it? That doesn't make any sense. Do I have to use a shortcut for it? Complete word. Brace. I don't see it here. Okay, I'll try Control F. Yeah, Control F. That's weird. That's so in the edit menu. Isn't that weird? What type of an ID is that? I would expect it there. It's probably hidden, buried somewhere. Anyway, so you have the find and replace. And obviously, if you don't know what this one is, this is for regex, the regular expression. I recognize it because that's the period and the asterisk. And then you can, there's whole word. There's the highlight matches, and then there's the in selection. So if you don't know what, this is case sensitive, sorry, and this is whole word. So for example, if I'm searching for a word like the word find, if I make it case insensitive, it's going to find all caps, it's going to find capitalized, and obviously lowercase. All right, so that got, where are we now? Find and replace, obviously got a 1.0. multiple language syntaxing. Okay, so that's PHP. I believe, yeah, PHP here. So you can see right at the top, that's HTML. It looks like it's not doing CSS styling, but it does do JavaScript. You see the script here, that's syntax highlighted, and it obviously does PHP as well, another syntax highlighting. So I got 1.0 perfect. So for multiple languages, as I explained earlier today, is that sometimes when you're programming, you don't just work in one language. People used to think that so for example, when you have PHP, you might be doing JavaScript, you might do HTML, you might be doing CSS, and obviously PHP as well. So if you want to call yourself a programmer, or if you want to get gigs, you can't just program in one language. Those days are long gone. Everybody needs to have multiple language support. Okay, code forwarding. So that one has to be enabled as well. You see, there's no code forwarding here. For example, I can't forward this. So what you need to do is you go to plugins. Oh, not plugins. Sorry, settings, preferences. Which one is it? Code forwarding. What's code forwarding? I did enable it. Is it in the right place? You have to toggle it. Just a second. Indentation, no. Curve scrolling. I don't know. Oh, there's no more. If you guys see, just let me know. Oh yeah, line numbers is here, of course. Indicator, I don't see it at all. Typing in selection, typing in, I don't see it. Or maybe it's for markup language. Code forwarding also works. I think it's enabled by default. Maybe it's the theme. Like, take a look. Oh, it's right. Oh, I can't see it. It's because of the glare. It's actually there. You see, there's one here. Yeah, there we go. I couldn't see it because of there's a glare on the screen. I can't see. It's not a glossy screen. It's actually a matte screen, but because of the dark theme and light is shining, there's a different angle. I couldn't see it. So it is there. So it obviously gets out 1.0 perfect. Now rectangular selection, block selection works as well. So I'll go back to the regex file to show this to you. And this one and this one, which have what do you call it? They have they're word wrapped, so it makes it a perfect test. So to enable a rectangular block per column, you have to enable it using Alt Shift, or it can be Shift. Yeah. So where was I here? I was trying to see if it's in the. It's added here. Complete word, match brace, select to brace. Looks like they don't have it, so okay, let's oh, it might be buried somewhere as well. So let's just use the Alt Shift or Control Alt A. So I'm gonna hold down my put the mouse actually right here in color. Go down Alt and then Shift. And then you see, one more time, Alt, Shift, there we go. You see, and I like the way it works. You see the word finally for line 16, and the word beneath it, it's word wrapped, so it doesn't select them. So it works extremely well. And since we're here, it also surprisingly also has multiple cursors or multiple selections. I'll explain to you what that means. So for example, I'm going to put, you see where the cursor is right now? It's on the word was. So I can select the word was by Control E. I press Control E. So I select that. And then I'm going to select another word. Oh, I guess I have to hold it. So okay, so what I'll do is I'll put it here, control, what is it, control E, go like that, and down here, there we go. So that's multiple cursors. What that means is that you can select it's multiple selection. You see they're different. This is not rectangle. Some people confuse it with a rectangular or block selection. It's not. It's different. So now, if you notice, I didn't give this feature a perfect score. The reason for that is because I can't search the multiple selection. So to me, the feature is, it's like half baked. If you're going to give me the feature, you should let me be able to to search and replace in the multiple selection. So that's an unfortunate thing. So this is why a feature like this usually works better in like console type editors, or editors which are based on, or inspired by Vim, Emacs type thing, because that one you can use the mouse to search for something and say the key and quiet and replace both at the same time. You can use regular expressions for things like that. Now you can also use regular expressions, but come on. Remember I was telling you guys, use the best tool for the job. So if I'm looking for the word quiet and the key, I think it's much easier, like right here, to just highlight them using the multiple cursor or multiple selection. And so, for example, using a regular expression for that, but to each his or her own, or their own. Okay, so there we go. So that's why I got a 0.5 or 50%. Now, distraction free, you guys saw where you can toggle off the numbers, and obviously we can go full screen, and we can get rid of the pane here as well. I think we can even just drag it, if I'm correct. Yeah, see, we can even just drag it. Yeah, we can even drag it here. We can, collapse this. Yeah, we can't drag it anymore, but you guys get it. So, for example, we'll go to view. Where is it here? We can toggle the minimum view. Oh, sorry, I am using the minimum view. I didn't realize that. So, okay, so there we go. You can toggle other things like panes. What else can you do? The toolbar orientation. You can set it to hidden. The main one, and then you can show the status bar, show the plugins toolbar, show menu, restore layout. So there are a lot of options. Giga Chad, okay. Jack-o'-lantern panic. Oh yeah, so I don't know if that's based on what's been happening at night, but I said I have resolved it, and you guys are gonna laugh when you actually watch tonight. Alright, so the file manager is enabled by default. You guys saw I was able to drag this one in here, so that's the file browser of Explorer. Unfortunately, I can't drag images here or there, and I'm going to prove it to you. So I'm going to go somewhere else. I think I'll go to pictures. I think I'll go to the home. Oh, no, I'll go to the AI folder. Is that the AI folder? I'll go to the AI folder and go to Confi UI. I'll go to the output. Where's output? Output. So I'm going to drag, for example, one of these. So obviously, yeah, that's not what I want. So if I drag it into here, you see it says plus, but it does not work. Now that could be, I said, because I'm using Wayland, but still, I'm gonna say it does not work. Okay, so that's why that got a 0.5. Terminal can be enabled, and it does follow the folder. So for the terminal, it got a 1.0. Now I can't remember how I enabled the terminal. Is it down here already? So you can change the orientation of the panes. I can't remember. Is it view? Yeah, I can't remember how I toggle it here. I can't remember how I toggled it. I might have to show you guys. Let's go to preferences. Maybe it's under preferences. Looking for terminal. I don't see it. If you guys know how to use terminal, let me know. I can't remember how I toggled it. Let me actually go see if I took a screenshot of it. Well, clearly I did take a screenshot of it, so it's right there. But I can't remember how I toggled it. Oh yeah, that's another. Oh yeah, I remember now. Terminal right there. Haha, there we go. See, I remembered it. Yeah, so terminal, and obviously you can run you see it says bash, so you can you just click plus and then you can run things. For example, here just type ls. There we go. So ls, it shows the tux, the penguin, all the 1 gig files and everything like that. So I'm gonna click exit. The terminal is actually a pretty good implementation. Now here's the output when you run, obviously when you build like C++ and all that kind of stuff as well. Resources, search, replace, and everything here as well. So that's the way it is. I think you can toggle it as well. Okay, I guess you can't. Oh, there's a minimize here. Let's click. What's going on here? Is it only for the terminal? I can't click any of these. Okay, I'm going to leave that. I don't know if I don't know if it's a bug or something, but there we go. All right, so let's go back. I think the terminal obviously got a perfect 1.0. You saw for the folder it was right there. It already automatically falls. I don't know if I turned on that feature. It was automatically does it. I think it does automatically do it. All right, so let's finish it up here. So CodeLite is a lightweight IDE. By default, it's missing a few features that can be enabled, for example, like the spell check. I think the terminal implemented by plugins. Okay, let's go to the plugins now. I'll show you what plugins I enable. I don't know if it will tell me what's going on here. Is it frozen? What's going on? You gotta be kidding me. It's frozen. No, it doesn't seem to be frozen. Why? Okay, oh, it is frozen because I can't do anything. Is it because I clicked build? Oops. Okay, I don't know what it's doing. I might have to close this. Oh no, it doesn't seem to be frozen. Is it building Python? What is it doing? I don't know what it's doing. Okay, I'm gonna close this because it's so. Okay, cancel. I can't click cancel. Wow. Okay. Save. Let's uncheck them because I don't want to save. Clear all. Wow. It is frozen. I can't clear it. I can't cancel. It wants me to save. I don't want to save those files. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. I think I just discovered a bug. Isn't it funny? I discovered a bug when I'm trying to close the program. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, and I can't click this. I discovered a bug. Wow, I discovered a bug when I'm trying to close the program. Okay, let's finish this up. So CodeLite is a lightweight IDE. By default, I already explained that. And for my required features, the code editor scored an 80% of 8 out of 10. Yeah, I think it might also be that maybe it expects to work in X11 because I'm using Wayland. Maybe it's not fully compatible with Wayland. That is so weird. Okay, that is so weird that I can't. I think maybe because I clicked the build as well, so it's trying to build, I guess, Python, but because I didn't save the changes I made, so it's totally confused. But this is definitely frozen. You know what? I'm gonna close it using the system monitor. So here we go. Let's just close it here. So let's look for CodeLite. Should we see here it is? So I'm just gonna kill that process. Okay, so it's gone. Open it up again. All right. Looks like you remember, this was the things I had before I actually ran it, so that's perfectly fine. So the point I was trying to show is the plugins. So you see, spell check is a plugin that I did install, and I set it. You can set the languages here, or use a specific user-defined dictionary. And you go to manage plugins, and you can see here these are plugins that you can install if you want, like the autosave, CMake, CallGraph, CodeLite Vim mode, copyright. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Docker, diff, Git, PHP is obviously installed by default. What else is here? Lint, PHP lint, refactoring. There's Rust, SFTP, spell check. That's the one I installed, and word completion, and the others as well there. So there we go. So that's your CodeLite. Back to here, as I said, you got 80%. Not a bad score, but a little bit disappointing. I thought it would actually be better. No, I not the score. I'm not disappointed in the score. I'm just disappointed with like the freezing, and although there's some things I really liked, like I said, the spell check, the best implementation of spell check I've ever seen in an editor so far. And what was the other thing? The terminal is a little wonky, but that's also pretty good. Very nice terminal. The look and feel is fine. The dark mode is weird because it's really hard to see the code code for blocking. I liked the way the rectangular selection, very nice. I also liked how quickly it was to do the multiple cursors, except you can't search in them, so it's like a half-baked idea, but those are really good implementations. Obviously, it's fast to load up, as you saw. Obviously, it's meant for C and C++, and I didn't even run any of those here today. The reason I don't do that is because I'm trying to, as I said, I'm using it as an advanced text editor, not as a programming IDE. Obviously, it does do that as well. Most of the stuff I do is usually programming scripts, so I want to see how well. Would I use this for scripting? I'm very happy with Guinea. So, but and I said I do use word count, so that's like a showstopper for me. So I would move on. That's one thing that would prevent me from using this. And as you guys saw, I installed it as from the repositories, from their repository. So they can't blame like Fedora volunteers or contributors or anything like that. So there we go. All right, back to this. Finish this up. So if you want to learn more, I've written multiple programming books that are available on Amazon. You can search for Ojambo. Links are also in the description. The books cover fundamental and advanced topics in programming and software development. For example, PHP, JavaScript, Python. I also have one for mastering Blender Python. Okay, so Rosan M says it's getting frozen segment by segment, maybe a launcher issue bug, possibly. Maybe if an issue with the distro and its CodeLite version may cause an issue, updating the distro may resolve. No, I installed it. I'll show you how I installed it. So I installed it right from their repositories. So if we go back up here in the article, I'll show you exactly how I installed it. See right here, you see? It's from repos.codelite.org, RPMs 18.1. It says Fedora 41, but it's I don't think that's the issue there. That's the version. So maybe you might be right, maybe because they didn't make one for Fedora 42. That could be the problem. You could be right about that. Well, sorry, I apologize, guys. I didn't mention that. So if you see here, it says Fedora 41. I'm on Fedora 42. So the version I installed is actually it was created for Fedora 41. That could be the problem, but you have to remember when I wrote that article, I didn't have the same issues. So the issues just came up now. So I suspect that it is a bug. It's a bug. It has nothing to do with Fedora. I think it's just a bug there. And those was some really quirky bugs. Where was I here again? So yeah, so the books are available on Amazon. As I said, I also have one called Mastering Blender Python API. Obviously, you need to know a little bit of Python. It's a great resource. And also, what else is here? Also have programming courses on ojamboshop.com. Ojamboshop.com. So, for example, the same courses: JavaScript, PHP, and Python. Beginner friendly, designed to help you gain confidence in coding. And if you need one-on-one help, I also offer online programming tutorials customized to your needs. Whether you're a beginner or looking to sharpen your skills, you can book a session on ojambo.com/contact. And if you need help with installations or migrations, setting it up for your environment, or migrating to another IDE, I also offer professional services to get you up and running smoothly at ojamboservices.com/contact. All the links are in the description. So in conclusion, CodeLite is a solid open source IDE that covers the essentials for C, C++, PHP, and JavaScript and other scripting development. It's essentially ideal for those who want a no-nonsense, efficient environment without the overhead of heavier IDEs. Try it out in Fedora system and let me know your thoughts. Now, to be fair, I did use this, I said before, for C and C++ programming, and I was actually very impressed in the past. I haven't done any C, C++ programming using it since that. The reason for that is because the only C or C++ coding I do is usually for Android development. So, for example, I don't make apps like for the desktop anymore in C or C++. The reason for that, might surprise you, is because I was doing OpenGL stuff, and I thought I'd be making games and stuff for the desktop, but looks like there's a move away from that. They want to go to stuff like Vulkan or Web, like WebGL or Web GPU instead. So it's kind of, I put that stuff on hold. Now it's been like, I think, about a decade or so. Well, not quite a decade, but close enough to a decade. All right, and then again, a quick reminder that every day I do a live stream at 2 p.m. Eastern. You can visit ojambo.com. You go to the watch menu, and you go to the live sub menu. For example, you can see this is the topic for today's tutorial, and then this is the one we're doing tomorrow, and you can see the date and time. And also be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments. It helps out grow the channel and helps other people as well who might be interested in, for example, CodeLite or another IDE, and they don't know how to test it. So I just showed you how you should test it. And also, I do have another recommended resource. As you guys know, I'm in a rural area, so the internet here is terrible. I mean, the local internet. No, I'm not trying to be offensive or anything, but it is. So what I did was, I do use SpaceX Starlink. Just a second here, my phone has finished charging. So I'm actually doing this live stream right now using the satellite internet, SpaceX Starlink, and I say, for example, tonight, if you join me, you'll see it works perfectly fine. There's no lag. I've shown you guys the latency on it, and it's pretty impressive for satellite internet. It's pure high speed, and if you guys know, most of this week I've actually been doing restreaming to restreaming, obviously, YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, what's the other one? Odyssey, all at the same time using the same internet connection has been perfectly fine. And also, speaking of not so good connection, the cellular service also, because in the rural area, is not very good where I am right now. So I use Wi-Fi calling, and I'm going to prove it to you in a second here. As you can see, I have the Wi-Fi calling. You can see the little phone icon there. So that's the that's and the Wi-Fi signal. So, I have my Bluetooth on. That shouldn't be on. There we go. Should be able to see that now. A little bit better focus. There we go. So that's what I use for calling, and I'm able to receive SMS, MMS, the multimedia version, and obviously phone calls. You guys have heard phones ringing from customers and sometimes scammers as well during the live streams. So it works perfectly fine. I want to show you the Starlink as well. I'm opening it up here, and I'm going to show you, you see, I'm going to go to the statistics, and you can see the current latency. You see there it's 24. That is really good for satellite. That's really good for satellite internet. and you can see the power draw there. It's 40 what is it, 46 watts. So there you go. So yeah, it's been great for me. And I said I've been working, especially the past winter, through snowstorms, rainstorms, thunderstorms, just keeps on ticking. The only time it actually goes down, believe it or not, I think there was one, I've been here for 2 years, 2.5 years. One time it went down, that was a global outage. The only time it goes down when there's like say a power surge, or like for example at the end of this past winter, there was 17 hours I didn't have power. So obviously if I had like maybe solar or batteries, I could have still been online. So that's the only time. It's been very rock solid. I'm very impressed with it. I was in the city, I was using like Rogers in Toronto in the GTA. It's down like like once a week, and it's a pain in the butt. And although it's theoretically faster, yes, the upload speed was faster, but I put up with a lot of pain. Yes, I do pay a little bit more money, but I'm very happy with it. Okay, so this is my referral link. So if you use it and you think you're getting the residential service, if you use this, I'll get 1 month free, and you guys will get a discount as well, depending on your geographic area. I checked out some people get 3 months, some people get a month. So some people just get a discount on the hardware. So yeah, make sure if you're thinking of getting Starlink residential service, use my referral link. Okay, and then almost done. I do have, I'm going to show my novelette. You see, it's called The Algorithmic Serpent. So it's a book about a scientist who creates an AI and loses control of the AI. Okay, so there we go. It's available on Amazon right now. It's a psychological thriller. Okay, and with that said, I'm gonna check the live chat, and the only 2 chats were from Jaco Lantern Panic and from I apologize, it's Rohit Rasan, I hope I said that right. And the last comment he said is likely caused by a conflict specific to your system or the way it was installed, not because CodeLite version itself is unstable. As I said before, when I tested it to try the article, it was perfect. I didn't have any issues. And the funny thing is now it's giving me some issues. I don't know why. As I said, I did upgrade my system, I think just last night or the day before. So maybe that's a conflict. I'm not sure. And I said the other issue is also the one I installed was meant for Fedora 41. So maybe there was a major update, or the last update for Fedora 42, and it messed it up. I'm not sure, but it was working perfectly fine. And the other thing is, if you notice in the score, I was able to, oh, thank you very much. I was able to, I didn't have a problem opening up the 1 gig with the 1 gig file, but today the 1 gig file completely refused to open up. So as I said, there might have been some, maybe the update messed things up. I'm not sure, but that's, as you guys saw live, I didn't tweak anything, and I've showed you how I installed it and where I got it from. So it's unfortunate, but I would still recommend it if you, especially for C and C++. It's a fantastic program. So for example, all you do is you go to new. Let me get rid of all this stuff here. You basically just go to file, you go to new, and you can create a new workspace. I think it is C++, for example. You press OK, and it'll ask you where you want to save it. So hopefully I remember that. Workspace is documents, okay, whatever. And then so you create documents, okay, and it's that fast. And then you can open a new file, or create a new file. Let's create a new file. It's priced. Yeah, so then you can start typing your C, or is it void main, whatever, and then save it as a C++. C or C++. Can I delete this as well? No, I don't want to change it. I want to see if I can delete this. So you can just right click and you click build, and it will build your project. Obviously expects it to be C++. This looks like I can't delete. I can close all. So let's say close all. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Oh, thanks Rohit. Yeah. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Also subscribe. I was actually going to say that if you guys are watching this, please subscribe. It really helps out the channel as well. From when I looked at the statistics, believe it actually told me that 98.5% of the viewers are not subscribed. So I think that must be like a new record. So if some of you subscribe, that will really help the channel, because what happens is if you guys start subscribing, other people will be interested. And I said most of this content I make is just for you guys. If you guys have a request, let me know. I'm very happy to do that for you guys. So also tonight, I said at 8:30, I'm gonna show you how I resolved the temperatures for the AMD GPU. So that could be a very affordable option for the rest of you guys, where you can actually make very fast AI, as you can see here. I did make the AI, all these images were done by AI, and I also made some AI videos as well. So you can see which were the AI videos? Oh, in videos. You see these 3 videos were made by AI, but the GPU was overheating. So I said I've resolved that. So be sure to check out tonight how I resolved it, and we'll make some longer and more high resolution videos as well tonight. Okay, and maybe we can try out some different models. So okay, with that said, guys, I have to go look after the chickens, and I have a whole bunch of videos to edit. So I'll see you guys tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Thanks again for subscribing. Be sure to subscribe if you've not, and if you have any requests, just put them down in the chat, and I do respond. Like I said, you guys give me ideas, inspire me, and yeah, I can give back to you guys as well. Also, if you have any questions, post them in the chat or in the description, and I can answer them actually tonight, because tonight I said it's going to be more of there won't be any coding. I'll just show you what's working, and then when we're generating the AI videos, you can ask questions and I can answer them as well. So tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's about, right now it's 3:10 p.m. about 3:10 p.m. So that's gonna be in about 5 hours and 20 minutes from now. Okay guys, so thanks again. I'm gonna end this chat right now, and I'll see you guys tonight at 8:30 p.m. and tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. Have a great day, and see you later. Bye now.